And I'd like to extend a huge thanks and shout out to the fine folks over at Lockhart Cadillac of Fishers, Indiana, for allowing me to come out and film an in-depth review of their dealer demo 2021 Cadillac Escalade Premium Luxury. Their dealership location information and contact information can be found in the description box below. Derived from the 16th century Spanish word escalado and the medieval Latin term escalare, the word escalade means to scale fortified walls or forts as a means of siege warfare, and it certainly earned its name. When Lincoln introduced its insanely popular luxury three-row SUV version of the Ford Expedition in 1997 as the 1998 Lincoln Navigator, Cadillac had nothing in that segment, so in order to catch up or scale Lincoln's walls and rapidly introduce their take on the luxury three-row segment, they based their new vehicle on the GMC Yukon Denali, with Cadillac touches, and the Escalade was born. Thus, also the war between Lincoln and Cadillac's three-row Luxo barges. Now in its fifth generation, the redesigned 2018 Navigator continues to see tough competition in its future. Seeing that the fourth generation Escalade has been with us since 2014, it was due for a redesign, and Cadillac did not disappoint. Available in 8 trims from luxury to sport platinum and 2 wheelbases, we are taking a look at the mid-level premium luxury trim in the standard wheelbase. This Escalade is painted in black raven and features a jet black precision-perforated leather interior with linear tigerwood accents. Its pricing is shown to the left, with the complete options list down in the description box below. Debuted in February of 2020 in Beverly Hills, Cadillac announced that sales will start in the fall of 2020, and despite production pushbacks due to COVID-19 pandemics, dealers still receive their Escalades close to the when scheduled. Based on the GM T1XX platform shared with the Tahoe and Yukon, the Escalade continues to be built at the Arlington Assembly Plant in Arlington, Texas. While rear-wheel drive is standard, our Escalade is equipped with the available shift-on-the-fly 2-speed auto-track transfer case, paired with driver selectable drive modes and the adjustable auto-leveling 4-corner air suspension with magneto-rheological ride control. The air suspension is fully dynamic and can lower up to 2 inches from standard ride height for entry and exit mode, and raise 1 inch higher than standard ride height when placed in increased height. In maximum height mode, the transfer case placed in 4 low, it will raise up to 2 inches higher than standard height. While a 3-liter Duramax inline 6-cylinder diesel is available at a roughly $2,500 option, our review subject is equipped with a tried-and-true L86 6.2-liter EcoTec3 16-valve pushrod V8 engine. It is of aluminum block and head construction, featuring direct high-pressure fuel injection with a 11.5-to-1 compression ratio. This engine creates 420 horsepower at 5,600 RPM and 460 pound-feet of torque at 4,100 RPM. Although Cadillac never intended their 6,000-pound 3-row SUV to be a performance vehicle, the Escalade can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.9 seconds and 0 to 100 miles per hour in 15.4 seconds. The quarter mile is elapsed in 14.5 seconds with a trap speed of 97 miles per hour. The top speed is governor limited to 120 miles per hour. This particular Escalade sports a gross vehicle weight rating of 7,600 pounds with a base curb weight of 6,020 pounds and a gross combined vehicle weight rating of 14,000 pounds. All that said, this Escalade can haul a maximum payload of 1,580 pounds and tow a maximum of 7,500 pounds. Standard wheelbase Escalades are equipped with 24 US gallon fuel tanks and consume a considerable 6.2 gallons per 100 miles driven, with an estimated total driving range of 384 miles. EPA fuel economy figures are 14 miles per gallon city, 19 miles per gallon highway, and 16 miles per gallon combined. There is but one transmission available on the Escalade, and that would be the Ford GM joint venture 10-speed 10L80E automatic. This vehicle features a reverse camera with really bright and crisp graphics, Of course, it does have a top-down 360-degree overview and active guidance lines. And by placing it in drive, you can also manually shift the vehicle via the paddle shifts on the steering wheel. It also has low gear selection as well. Looking around the rear of the new Escalade at first glance, what with the 3-foot tall skyscraper taillights and slab-sided liftgate, not much looks different from the outgoing model, but you would be wrong. While certainly more evolutionary rather than revolutionary, styling changes are subtle yet effective. I love the satin aluminum side blade that surrounds the second and third row windows that end with the Cadillac logo. The taillights reside in smoke lenses with red LED light pipes for brake and taillights, amber turn indicators with design elements etched into their light pipes. Down below are nicely integrated dual exhaust outlets framed in satin aluminum. Along the profile, there is no mistaking a vehicle of this size, sitting on a large 120.9-inch wheelbase and an overall length of a massive 211 inches. The new Escalade is 8.5 inches longer overall, with a gain of 4.9 inches in the wheelbase, making for a more spacious interior. Steering is electrically assisted vehicle speed-sensitive variable rate rack companion with 3.2 turns lock-to-lock and a 40-foot turning radius. Wheels are huge, 22 inches as standard, with ours being the 14-spoke polished aluminum, shod in P275/50 R22 Bridgestone Alenza all-season tires. Brakes are 4-wheel disc brakes with 13.5-inch vented rotors up front and 13.6-inch vented rotors in the rear. They are assisted by StabiliTrak, ABS, electronic brake force distribution, forward collision alert, front pedestrian braking, enhanced automatic braking, and reverse automatic braking. They can bring this Escalade from 70 miles per hour to 0 in 176 feet. Around the front interior side is where the majority of the design changes are apparent. Much more slab-sided and chiseled than the outgoing model. I love the brick face look of the new one. Styling is subtle yet elegant with thin lens dynamic LED headlamps and smoked lenses with black bezels. LED light pipes that serve as both daytime running lights and the turn indicators flow almost seamless down the lower intakes. The ladder and the grille are framed in satin aluminum with grille adorned in satin aluminum crescent or Cadillac V logos as the grille mesh. A very nice touch. Of course, the Escalade is offered with remote start as standard equipment, and operation is easy. Just lock the vehicle and double press the remote start button with the key fob. Alright, let's take a look at the Escalade's key fob. As you can see, it's black with satin aluminum, just like the vehicle itself. And we have numerous buttons. We have lock, unlock, remote start, flipper glass or liftgate release, flipper glass release, and our panic. And this is a smart key access system. And operation is very easy. By keeping the key fob in your purse or pocket, you can lock and unlock the doors. Using this indentation on the door handle, it will lock the vehicle. And there's a membrane switch on the back of the handle that unlocks the vehicle. And the handle actually does not move. But what we find in here is an absolutely incredibly detailed and very nicely outfitted interior. Brand new seats, brand new dashboard, and of course that huge LCD display, which we'll get into. Taking a look at the door panels, they're very, very nicely styled. We've got accent stitching, linear tiger wood trim, very reminiscent of the old Zebrano trim they used to use, satin aluminum trim, heated and ventilated driver and front passenger seats, power door locks, power windows, and power mirrors with power fold-away. We've also got this metallic finish piano black trim. Moving down, we have molded matte pockets and bottle holders. A plethora of control and buttons on the driver's side knee bolsters. And here you have the buttons here. First of all, you have the automatic button for the transfer case, 2-wheel drive high, 4-wheel drive high, speed to sync control. You've got your drive mode selections and your air ride control. You've also got electronic parking brake, trailer brake control, and instrument panel dim. And down below, on the footwells, you have the illuminated tread plates. And the driver and front passenger feature 8-way power adjustable seats with 4-way adjustable lumbar support. And we're going to pan over the interior to show more of the seats in detail. Very nicely precision perforated leather is what Cadillac calls it. It does have the headrest mounted AKG speakers, the Cadillac Flying V logo emblazoned in the seat back, and accent piping. Overall, the seats are very comfortable, they're very supportive. The front seats feature a rather weird auto-tightening seat belt for front seat occupants. Alright, we're going to pan through the interior, we're going to show more details. As you can see here, nice fluidic electrically assisted power steering. Nice thick rimmed leather wrapped steering wheel which is heated, has a plethora of controls. Over here on the left hand side, you do have cruise controls as well as adaptive cruise and your heated steering wheel and forward collision warning. You've also got the linear tiger wood trim. It is surrounded with satin aluminum. And over on the right hand side you have your audio controls and phone controls. Over on the right hand side you have your upshift paddle, and on the left hand side you have your downshift paddle. Alright, here's the screen. 38 inches of AMOLED glory, active matrix, organic light emitting diodes here, so true blacks. Over on the left hand side you have a 7.6 inch driver control center which controls trip computer. You've also got gauge controls and your heads-up display controls. As you can see here, very Audi-like with the virtual cockpit. You can display your map, and you also have an augmented reality camera which will overlay map guidance arrows within the camera system itself. And of course, you also have the infotainment system, which also comprises of the vehicle's computer and everything. So we have our big GPS map here. Very responsive touchscreen display, very crisp graphics, bright and clear and easy to read in any daylight. You've also got vehicle information with auxiliary gauges, tire pressure monitors, and the like. Fun fact, the total 38.3 diagonal inches that comprise of this screen are 3.4 inches more than the legroom in the third row seat. The new curved AMOLED display is the centerpiece of the interior, enabling designers to integrate and customize the entire environment. The result is a completely fresh, integrated cabin look that seamlessly blends the technology with handcrafted details. Take note that the displays are thin and wrapped in a leather shell. The outwardmost display features a backlit illuminated Cadillac crest for unnecessary but cool wow factor. This industry-first display wraps organically around the driver-oriented cockpit for a seamless look. Alrighty, and thank goodness that the climate controls are in their own dedicated panel and not in the infotainment system. As you can see here, crisp graphics for the panel distribution, sans serif fonts for temperature and fan speed controls, and satin aluminum buttons that resemble piano keys. Moving down the center console, aft of the shift lever is a little panel that houses buttons for audio and audio controls. You've also got menu items as well as this large scrolling wheel that will scroll through menu items in a carousel style fashion for hands-free. Rotating selects the menu items and pressing down confirms that menu selection. And beneath this large panel of wood reside cup holders, a USB Type A and Type C charger. And here we have a nice leather wrap padded armrest that opens up to reveal cavernous storage. You've also got additional charge ports down there as well. Overall, I feel like the interior of the new Escalade is well thought out. It still, however, retains a lot of GM familiarity. Overhead, we have an automatic dimming rearview mirror that also doubles as a screen with an outside camera showing a camera image of the outside. This is very handy if you have a car full of people. And overhead, on the overhead console, we have a plethora of controls, panorama sunroof, glass and shade controls, as well as LED overhead reading lights. You've also got the buttons to flip down your third row seat, your liftgate control, as well as HomeLink universal garage door opener. And the sun visors are large, they're all padded, and they have illuminated vanity mirrors with nice LED lighting. And of course the sun visors swing out and they slide out on extension rails. And overhead you have dampened overhead assist handles. Alright, and seeing that this vehicle is a 3-row SUV, let's go ahead and take a look at that third row first. Gaining access to the third row is actually very easy by locating these levers at the base of the seats. The one labeled ×2 lifts up and then it folds up the seat. As you can see, you get really nice accessibility to the third row seats. And in the third row, it does seat 3 across in a 60/40 split folding seat. Actually more of a 20/80 split folding seat. Overhead, you do have LED reading lights. You've also got overhead air vents. You've also got USB charge ports back here as well. Alright, and taking a look at the second row seat, first of all, let's take a look at these door panels. Very nicely crafted with accent stitching, tiger wood trim, satin aluminum trim, as well as the AKG speakers. You've also got piano black trim. And down below, the same LED illuminated tread plates continue back here as well. And the second row back here are actually bucket seats. They're fully adjustable for fore and aft. You've also got high adjustable head restraints, reclining seat backs, and foldable armrests. Alright, and rear seat passengers also have their own heated outboard seats. You've also got climate control with panel distribution, fan speed selections, as well as individual temperature selection. And in this little consolette resides pop-out cup holders. That's about as far as they go though. And down here, you do have USB Type-C chargers. You've also got a household style AC outlet. And of course the seat backs have mat pockets. Alright, so you want to get in the cargo area. Well, that's easy. Overhead in the driver's side area, you have this adjustable button here that can lift the liftgate. We can also use a key fob by double pressing both buttons. Right now we'll take a look at this flipper glass, so we'll open that first. It's actually a really handy feature, and I'm glad that SUVs are still offering openable flipper glass. That way you can store long items without having to open up the entire gate. As you can see, the opening is very narrow, but that's okay. At least we have it. And another neat feature is this Cadillac badge actually is the liftgate release. You can also open it using your foot with the smart control, just like on the Tahoe and the Yukon. And as you can see here, with the longer wheelbase, we do have more interior cargo space even with the third row up than we did in the previous Escalades. We've also got a household style power outlet, seat folding controls back here. This also has the all-weather floor mats. As you can see, they also line the seat backs without having to remove them. A very nice touch. Folding the third row seats is very easy. Just press the no switches will automatically drop the seats down. And as you can see, your cargo capacity is expanded to 63 cubic feet. And wait, there's more. You can even fold the second row seats by pressing these buttons. It'll automatically fold them down for you, for a total of 109.1 cubic feet of storage capacity. Now, the second row seats cannot be lifted with the switches. They have to be lifted manually. There you go. There's the cargo capacity in the 2021 Escalade. And to close the liftgate is very easy. Just pressing this button in this trim panel. Alrighty, and this does conclude our in-depth walk-around look at the 2021 Cadillac Escalade. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please comment down below. Also, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/neighborhoodcarreviews, as well as Instagram at BrenzoJ1. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.